Om Sai Ram children, this is Paati. I have a story for you, and the name of the story is What Happened to the Trees? Long, long ago, there was a little boy who loved to watch television and play with his iPad. That is all he liked to do. Although he had many lovely toys to play with and a big garden to run around in, all he would do was to sit with his eyes glued to the TV or play with his iPad. His mother tried so hard to get him interested in other things around the house, but he would not listen. His father asked him to help in the garden, but he would only run back into the house as quickly as he could and turn on the TV or play with the iPad again. His parents were quite worried about him, but if they stopped him from watching television or playing with his iPad, he became very sulky and rude. One Saturday afternoon, the little boy's father came in from working in the garden. He felt annoyed at seeing his son wasting his time watching television, so he walked over and switched off the TV set and told him to go outside. Picking up his plastic sword, the boy went into the garden and he started fighting with the sword. He came across a small banana tree that his father was growing and he slashed at it with his sword. He slashed the leaves, stabbed the trunk with all his might. He chopped the blossoms of the flowers in the shrubbery, all the time shouting at the top of his voice. His father, hearing the commotion, came over and was horrified to see the destruction his son had caused, and was about to punish him when he suddenly had another idea. The father drove a long way. He decided to take him for this long, long drive. And so they got into the car and drove away. His father took him to a beautiful forest that was full of trees and flowers, butterflies and birds. The boy wandered joyfully through the woods, sniffing the flowers, hugging the trees, and occasionally chasing a butterfly. After some time, his father told him to get back into the car, for they had somewhere else to go. And the boy followed his father. They drove again, a long way. Eventually, they came into a wide open space that looked like a desert. Nothing grew, and the only sign of life was old stump trees that had been chopped down. The boy was totally shocked. What a contrast between the beautiful forest and this terrible place that was so empty with nothing growing in it. Oh, the boy became upset. He started to cry. "Why is it like that?" he wailed. "What happened to all the beautiful trees and the flowers?" His father gently put his arm around him and said, "You see, son, this place was once as beautiful as the forest where we were just walking. Because we are too greedy, we have chopped down the trees and destroyed nature." The little boy started to think about his own house and how awful it would be if all the trees were cut down. As soon as they returned home, instead of running inside and turning on the television, the little boy asked his father if he could help him in the garden. From that day on, he spent most of his spare time in the garden, planting, weeding, raking, and watering the plants. He ended up watching much less television and did not play with his iPad so much. And you know what? He had a lot more fun. So children, the lesson here is that we need to love and respect trees and nature, and that we have the power to protect the trees. So, good night and thank you for listening.